Introducing the all-new Stackatubs, the flagship product of our fleet. As you can see, it is a substantial planter for the very serious space-deprived gardener, hobbyist or commercial hydroponics farmer. With Stackatubs you can grow herbs in abundance, boutique vegetables, strawberries, bulbs, annuals, perennials, and the list goes on. With every growing area spanning 10 inches or 25 centimetres, every plant has room to reach its maximum potential, allowing you to cultivate the larger plants. Stackatubs are also a perfect self-watering planter, with each layer housing a water well storing an enormous 1.2 litres of life-sustaining moisture and nutrients. Simply water your Stackatubs directly into the uppermost stacking tub and continue to fill until the water well reservoir is full and overflowing through the side drainage holes. The side drainage holes will direct the overflow into and around the perimeter of the growing areas of the second stacked tub, and this will start the whole process again. Allow watering to continue until all stacking tubs and all growing areas are completely and evenly watered. Stackatubs may be adapted to transform this powerful planting system into a hydroponics garden with the addition of a submersible pump for the home gardener or integrated pumping system for the commercial hydroponics farmer. Stackatubs has been designed and can be fitted with optional patent-pending overflow gutters for this very purpose. They can also make an attractive water feature for all to admire by simply adapting a fountain pump and head. Stackatubs are produced and manufactured from the same quality materials as Stackapots and will certainly stand the test of time. The drip tray of Stackatubs has been designed with rib-like glides under the undersurface to enable easy rotation of the whole stand and enable your plants to receive an even light source over a period of time. We advise you turn your Stackatubs 15 degrees clockwise every watering session by turning the uppermost tub like a wheel. Stackatubs have received rave reviews around the world and have become a popular sales item through garden centres, gardening catalogues and home shopping channels. This is but one example.
Let's talk about the display show, because it's not just the flowers you were getting. We actually have 3 different options as to what you can put inside your Stackatub, and that's exactly what is housing this at the moment. Now, Stackatub, we can actually see, we've got one behind us over here, naked, as it were. Haven't got anything in it. Now, this is a revolutionary way for you to look after anything that you want to plant. You don't necessarily have to go what we've got for you today. You can use these year upon year. It's basically, well, a very, very simple yet very, very advanced irrigation system that ensures that watering your plants aren't going to be a problem with this. But we'll talk more about that in just a few minutes' time. Let's talk about exactly what it is that you're able to grow. Now, we can see the flowers you can see just here. We also have the opportunity for you to grow your own strawberries. And you can see we've got one planted up just there. Strawberries, by the way, this is how strawberries are meant to look. And this is the kind of strawberries that you are able to cook with, of course, but also able to enjoy in your own garden. Now, Stackatub is ideal to grow strawberries in.
It's the perfect system. Each layer, you've got 3 tiers, basically. Each has got 3 pockets in it. The top one's obviously got 3 pockets and the middle. So you're getting the Stackatub and you're getting 15 strawberry runners as well. Each one of those will produce between 300 and 500 grams of delicious aromatic fruit this year, but you've got 20 litres of compost per layer.
Right.
You've got the reservoir within each layer, which will hold about 1 1/4 litres, which is approximately 2 pints. That's just the storage area of water. The compost obviously holds a lot more than that. So you've got the perfect growing environment for a long-lasting crop like strawberries.
So that's your second option when it comes to the pick of the day. The third option we have available for you, we're looking at salad, we're looking at healthy eating and the ability to grow your own lettuce. And not just one variety of lettuce, we've got 3 different varieties here.
3 varieties, 5 plants of each variety, so they'll crop at slightly different times. They're slightly different leaf shapes, you can see they're different textures, different flavours, and there's no better way to eat good food than to grow it yourself. Grow it the way you want to grow it. You know, you can grow it organically if you want, you can grow it pesticide-free, you can then eat it fresh in the full confidence that it's absolutely pure.
When it comes to anything that you cook by yourself, or you prepare, or you nurture by yourself, when you put it within your body, the great thing is you know exactly what's gone into it, as opposed to buying, we were talking about pillows of salad leaves that you can buy. Invariably, if you look at instructions, they'll tell you to wash it. Why? Because there's various different things in there to preserve it. Not the case when you've grown it off yourself. You can literally host a barbecue, you can tear off a few salad leaves yourself and prepare a fresh salad. Doesn't get any fresher than that. You will will get, you will see behind here, and we'll talk about how to utilise the Stackatub in just a few minutes' time. You can actually stack up double the size on these. So, for example, if you're going to go for the pick of the day, and a lot of people did this at 9 o'clock last night, went for the pick of the day and went for one of these, you can actually stack up to 6 levels.
6 levels high, so if space is a problem, perhaps you've just got a balcony or you've got a limitation on your patio, you can make from approximately 2.5 square feet, you can have 6 layers of strawberries or salads and herbs or colour, whatever you like. 6 layers. I mean, that is phenomenal. Great use of your space, isn't it?
Now, obviously, that's the maximum height that you can build to. You don't want to put anything other than that because you don't have to worry about whether it will topple over. But you can see, obviously, that's been nicely balanced. That won't topple over in any way, shape or form. So, I mean, if you wanted to, if you're going to go for 2 pick of the days, for example, you could maybe have your salad leaves at the top, the strawberries at the bottom. It's entirely up to you.
It would cost you.
Let's talk about that planter, shall we? Now, again, the Stackatub, as I said, is exclusive to us here, isn't it? I must just quickly say hello to, because he'll be watching in Australia online, John
Keats.
John Keats, who Peter was talking to, who's having his breakfast. He's on, he's hopefully be online at the moment. There we go, John.
Yeah, hey.
Looking in the mirror, mate. There we go, there's the inventor, John. Now, he came up with the Stackatub, and it's exclusive to us here, isn't it?
Yeah, basically, I've worked with John for a number of years. John has designed several of the products that we've brought exclusively to Ideal World's customers. He basically designed the Stackatub because he wanted to create a planter that would give dramatic effect, but also give you water conservation and basically efficiency of time. So the whole thing has been designed to give you optimal water usage, to give you a phenomenal display with minimum effort input, basically, and that's what it delivers. And you can see here, 15 flowering plants will give you a display just like this in midsummer.
Okay, so this is what you were able to achieve, but of course this isn't sent to you exactly like this. What you will receive is, of course, the plugs, depending on which variety that you go for, but you will actually receive the Stackatub like so. Obviously, it won't fold down, it just stacks inside each other, so it's easy for us to post to
Literally nestles into itself like that, so when it's not in use, again, it can take very little space.
Okay. All right, let's talk about exactly how this works. Let's bring this one to the table, shall we, just to have a look inside. Okay, how does this work? Why is this so beneficial for growing?
Okay, first of all, each one of these tiers holds 20 litres of compost, so it's a big area for plants to grow in. You've got this black grid here, which is basically the reservoir cover, okay? It's all moulded, so there's no tools required to fit this.
Okay.
Under this cover here, that will hold approximately 1.25 litres, approaching 2 pints of water.
Okay.
That's just there as a backup, basically, for your plants to draw from as they need it.
Right.
Then you've got the 20 litres of compost on top. Basically, when you put the compost in, you plant your plants, you then water them. The compost absorbs the normal amount of moisture. Any excess will be held in the reservoir. Okay. And the compost goes into these slightly deeper areas here, and that acts like a wick. So the plants will then draw that as they need it.
Have a look at this now. I don't know whether, if your eyesight's very, very good, you might be able to make that out, but you can see pictorially what we're talking about here. So you can see as the water goes in, enough is held in each one of the tiers, but if there is any overflow, it simply goes down to the next tier. So it is impossible for you to overwater your plants.
You cannot overwater your plants. It's designed to basically make it foolproof, even to the point where the drip tray at the bottom, if you do water to the point, okay, the drip tray would eventually overflow, but it still won't overwhelm the bottom layer.
Right.
It will overflow before that. So basically, it's easy management of your plants, guaranteed success to give you, well, no wastage of water and perfect results you can see there.
And it also allows people who don't have big gardens, and again, you were saying at 9 o'clock last night, gardens generally have become smaller, and maybe you've got a long garden, not such a wide one. If you've got a patio or like a bare space or something like that, this is great. And of course, because it isn't, I mean, you can, if you wanted to, you've got a little sort of like a hole in the centre, so if you wanted to, you can actually connect this to the ground. If you're in a business, for example, you want to make sure someone doesn't walk off with your display, you can actually just use a chain to anchor that to the ground. But you can actually move this very, very easily as well. Once you've planted this up, you need to move it into a sunnier spot. But also, I mean, even talk about tiny gardens, even people who don't have gardens whatsoever. You might be watching this and you're in a block of flats, for example. You've got a balcony. How about having, just to the corner of the balcony, something like this, or something where you're growing your strawberries, or indeed your lettuce, or anything you've got at home, like your herbs, for example. Anything you want to grow.
Or a mixture. You can grow flowers, herbs, lettuce, you grow the whole mixture. But less than 3 square foot, and you've got a fantastic display that can be there year-round, because, of course, you can use it in the summer for this selection of plants. Then you could, in the autumn and winter, put a different selection of plants in. So it's a fully, it's fully frost-proof. It will go right the way through the winter outdoors. And the other thing is, this hole in the centre here, that's been designed. It's 9mm diameter. So if in the top you wanted to grow something tall, like a clematis that would go way up, you can put a dowel or a bamboo cane in there and literally train things up above it. So you can get even more height.
Wow, isn't that great? And of course you can stack up with these as well.